Hey everybody, welcome to Obscurities in Miniatures, and look what showed up today. We have the first, because there's a number 1, and I can read my numbers, of the Free Folk attachments for Cool Minis, A Song of Ice and Fire, based on the George R.R. Martin books. So look at this scraggly ragtag crew of miscreants. Who wouldn't want to field a bunch of these guys on the table, and gals for that matter? So if I'm understanding everything correctly, and I'll admit that I'm not because I haven't really paid much attention to the actual gameplay of the Song of Ice and Fire game, but I have paid a lot of attention to the minis. It looks to me that the way these attachments work is that they all kind of tag along and are used in conjunction with a lot of the units released. So we have like the Chosen, which go along with the Thane champions. We've got the Followers of Bone type guy in here. Let me see, the Chieftain. It says Walrus Clan Chieftains, but they just look like generic free folk rabble. You got the Cave Dweller types, the Spear Maidens, the Spear Wives, or whatever they were called. The Trappers, was that what they were? I don't even remember. Anyway, who cares about that? You're probably more interested in the actual game stuff. So here we have the cards. I'll let you read those over if you're going to actually play it, but I'm not going to focus on that. I want to look at the models. Let's pay attention to the important things here, right? Alright, so you get 2 of each sculpt. We'll just take a look at every of the sculpt. Every sculpt that's included. Whoa. And there's no denying that Cool Mini continues to put out some really impressive quality board gaming plastics. There's just a lot of nice, well-defined detail there. I cannot complain. I guess I could, but it's kind of a futile complaint. Looks nice. I think this is the Followers of the Bone champion. Then we have the Walrus Clan Chieftain. Again, if you're going to play any kind of Barbarian type figures, I think these guys are going to look great. You want to pair them up with some Northkin Tribesmen from Mantic. If you want to have them work with Frostgrave Barbarians from Northstar. You want to have them go with whatever type of Barbarian army you're running for Kings of War. I think there's a lot of interesting options out there. Thane Warrior. Very Viking-ish. Speaking of Vikings, let's see how he stacks up. An actual Blood Rage model. Pretty close other than the base size. But if you're like me and don't really care about those kinds of issues, that shouldn't be a problem. These look like the Cave Dweller guys. Bit hunched over, but cool looking weapons. Might want to use them for paleo diet. I know that's what I used a lot of my original Cave Dweller guys for. Our spear wife looking lady. It's a big spear. Again, I really like the level of detail when it stays in focus of all the various layers of the cloths and furs, robes. Whoa! There's a lot going on with them. And then we have our axe wielding berserker type lady. Again, I guess she's supposed to be like a ranger. I thought that was a set of horns, but it's a bow. Cranigborn trackers or something? Is that what I'm thinking of? Maybe she's supposed to be? Again, really nice level of detail. Readily apparent in that sculpt. Nice job in that regard. But how do they stack up to other models out there on the market? Because, you know, that's where my brain always heads. What am I going to be able to shoehorn them into game-wise? Where am I going to be able to get some use? Besides the games I mentioned already, like Paleo Diet, they do fit in pretty nicely with the actual board game figures that Cool Mini makes. Grabbing a random Conquest Nord Raider. So that's going to be an issue if you want to use them with a bunch of other Viking type guys. A little bit big in that regard. Let's see what else we have handy. There's all kinds of stuff all over the table here because I have not put anything away yet. In between filming stuff. Here is a Mantic Northkin Tribesman, and you can see, I think size-wise, detail-wise, he'd fit in great with these if you want to use these as like some kind of a hero unit or something. If you're like me, you'll find some use for them somewhere. Let's see, do we have any Frostgrave guys handy? A Frostgrave Barbarian, let's see. Alright, here's one. A very plain, very basic, no frills Frostgrave Barbarian. You can see they are a little bit shorter, but I think if you want to get creative with the basing, it might work out okay. In design-wise, I think they look pretty cool together, actually. Let's see, grabbing an Untamed Beast member from GW's Warcry. Looks like they'd fit in pretty good. Our Thane Warrior over here, Champion of Styr, or whatever it's called. Grabbing a Mears Viking model. Another Nordic warriors. I think that actually looks pretty good together. I think we might paint them up like that. And then just on a whim, I grabbed one of the Blood Tribe from Raging Heroes, Furion Barbarians, but I think they're just going to be way too big. I know she is a character model. She's their shaman, but even so, I think she's just a little too much for the group. She's just too big. And not just her base, I think even if she fit on a smaller base. So I think design-wise, yeah, you know, you can use them for their intended purpose. I ain't going to stop you. But I think with the amount of other interesting and fun barbarian free folk, if you want to call them what they actually are, type models out there, I think they're going to work really well with what's actually available. So I think this is a cool little kit, and I'm going to definitely enjoy painting these guys up. Whether or not they actually match up to any other unit is entirely debatable, but I think they're a fun group, and I'm looking forward to seeing them get some paint on them. So, good luck trying to track these down. If there's one thing I've learned about these Song of Ice and Fire models is get them when you have the chance, because chances are they aren't going to be there later. And that's one thing I really don't like since CMON partnered up with Asmodee to get this stuff distributed, because it's been a real major pain. If you don't get it immediately, it's like you'll never get it again. So do be on the lookout if this is something you feel would be in your wheelhouse like it is mine. With that said, this has been High Lord Tamberlane with Obscurities in Miniatures. Saying thanks for watching, and we'll see you back here soon. Bye-bye.